Chicago Sky have been defeated once again by the Indiana Fever, and it's all Spoon's fault. Well, not all just Spoon's fault. It's not all on her. Of course, she's the coach, the head coach. So, of course, she's the captain of the ship. She did not run the players the way they needed to be run in tonight's game. The Chicago Sky did like some dishes. Let me give you the play-by-play, and then I'll give you my criticism. So the first quarter pops off, okay? Mitchell scores, Lindsay scores, Nalissa scores, Camilla scores. They are tied 4-4. Nalissa makes one or two free throw shots. Michaela scores. Clark hits a three. Allen makes a three. Then Allen makes yet another three. And then Allen scores. She literally scored 3 times back-to-back in a row, and then, got 8 points out of like thin air. I was like, Lindsay Allen is cooking up. Again, the first quarter, Chicago Sky literally looked like a completely different team. I was actually impressed. Michaela makes a three. Boston makes one or two free throw shots. Reese scores. Michaela scores. Clark scores. Banham hits a three. Mitchell scores. Mitchell makes one free throw shots. Mitchell makes a three. Allen is 2 of 2. Hall hits a three. Fag Benley scores. Fag Benley makes one free throw shots. Mitchell scores. And the first quarter ends with the Indiana Fever having 23 points to the Chicago Sky's 26 points. The second quarter kicks off. Clark hits a three. Then we are tied for 26-26. Clark hits yet another three. Then Dana scores. Wheeler scores. Michaela scores. Michaela is 1 of 2. She makes 1 of 2 free throw shots. And then we are tied again at 31 points. Dante scores. Michaela scores. And we are tied once again at 33 points. Mitchell scores. Then Mitchell scores again. And then she hits a three-pointer. Then she hits another three-pointer. Then Banham hits a three. I mean, again, like Kelsey Mitchell is a deadly woman. They better do whatever it is to appease that woman to keep her at the Fever. Again, don't let her slip away. Clark scores. Allen scores. Reese scores. Clark scores. Allen makes 2 of 2 free throws. And then the second quarter ends with the Chicago Sky having only 42 points to the Fever's 47 points. Third quarter kicks off. Mitchell scores. Clark hits a three. Banham hits a three. Clark makes 3 of 3 free throw shots. Boston is 2 of 2. Michaela hits a three. Smith scores. Allen makes a three. Smith scores again. Then Smith scores yet again. Okay. Melissa Smith, she was actually cooking up. I was actually impressed. Camilla makes 2 of 2 free throw shots. Diamond scores. Mitchell is 1 of 2. Diamond hits 1 of 1. Smith is 2 of 2. Smith makes a three. Diamond hits 2 of 2 free throw shots. Diamond scores. Clark is 2 of 2. Izzy scores. Dante scores. Izzy scores again. Finally, her worthless ass. Dante makes a three. Then Hall is 2 of 2. The third quarter ends with the Sky having 64 points to the Fever 78 points. The fourth quarter kicks off. Mitchell scores. Boston scores. Camilla is 2 of 2 free throw shots. Boston scores. Banham hits a three. Hall hits a three. Banham scores. Hall hits yet another three. Clark hits a three. Then Clark gets 2 of 2 free throw shots. Then Clark gets another 2 of 2 free throw shots. Reese scores. Reese makes 1 of 2 free throws. Michaela scores. Reese scores. Michaela scores. Michaela makes 1 of 1 free throw shots. And that is game. The Chicago Sky had 81 points to the freaking Fever's 100 points. Absolutely ridiculous. I was on Twitter, on some other social media sites, watching this game because I was just so frustrated. Again, the first quarter comes out, the freaking Sky, we came out swinging on them, okay? We literally looked like a completely different team, okay? It literally looked like we actually was, doing something right. And I agreed with her starting lineup. And I told y'all to get them DMs and told her to keep the starters in for all 40 minutes. But again, the freaking refs were being idiots and being just cheats, and they were kept putting all these fouls on our players, so she had to sit them down. But prior to them getting all those fouls, Teresa Weatherspoon, there was no need to change the lineup. But our starters was good. Lindsay Allen, Banham, Reese, Cordoso, and Michaela Anyamwe. Why did you sit them? Why? Like in the first 5 minutes of this game in the first quarter, we cooking up. Then here she goes. She's going to put in Twiddledee and Twiddledum. Freaking Dana and Diamond. Now, Dana and Diamond was getting some points. They were scoring, but I swear to God, as soon as they came into the game, she sat down. I believe it was Angel Reese that she had sat down, and possibly Camila Cardoso. I think it was Michaela Anyue. The turnover started to come up, okay? She decides to put in Dana Evans and Diamond as shields, and again, we lost our momentum. Yes, they were scoring here and there, but again, turnover after turnover, shot clock violation after shot clock violation. Again, at least twice, I seen Dana literally pass the ball to the freaking Fever players. Like, stop. At some point, it's like, listen, Spoon, this shit is on you. Again, the shit rolls down from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. Before we even get on Dana Diamond, because I'm going to say my piece about them, because you already know how I feel about them. We all know how we all feel about them. They know how we feel about them. Spoon, this is on you. These rotations you've been making makes no sense. You had all season. The WNBA season was like, 5, almost 6 months long? She had the nerve, y'all. This is what Spoon said out of her mouth. She said that during the entire Olympic break, during the entire, WNBA All-Star break, she just watched them all day, every day. She said for all day, every day, for weeks, she just watched them, seeing where we need to, strengthen our strengths and strengthen our weaknesses. Clearly, what are you doing? Because by now you should know as the head coach what rotations, what players actually have the best chemistry, and what rotations actually make sense. You by now, everybody and their mom literally was on Twitter like, why the fuck is Dana and Diamond always on the fucking floor together? It's bad enough. I'm sorry for my language. It's bad enough when it's only Dana and Diamond on the floor by themselves. Putting them together again is like dumb and dumber. By now, Spoon has an agenda. Okay, her agenda is to be a terrorist. She is terrorizing our organization. This game tonight is just embarrassing. We done made history being the first WNBA team. I know Angel Reese pissed, okay? They didn't let bald head ass ref, okay? He was being so biased and dirty towards her and the Chicago Skyscrapers as a whole. She was literally getting her freaking head knocked in. No calls, no foul calls were made on her behalf. But Caitlin Clark had so many fouls, went to the line so many times. Lexi Hall, even Alyssa Smith ain't like she's been getting beat up. She actually been putting her body on the line, especially when it came to the other day's game with the Connecticut Sun. But that's neither here nor there. Again, Spoon needs to be held accountable. At this point, I'm sorry, but she needs to be fired. Period. Okay, it's like this. Let me put this into perspective for you. Angel Reese actually admitted herself. She said that when she was in college, playing women's college basketball, right, at LSU, when she was the Bayou Barbie under Kim Mulkey, she said those practices were actually more brutal than her practices and longer. She said they practices would be like for 4 hours long at least. She said those practices were more brutal and longer than the ones that her practices here now in the WNBA. You can't. So if Spoon is not the problem, y'all, even with the horrible players such as Izzy, okay, aka Dizzy, Diamond, and Dana. And Izzy's a freaking bump on the log. Like, she's just worthless. She may as well be a ghost on the floor. She made 2 points today. Ooh, big whoop. She's 6'3". Ain't nobody getting no rebounds. Ain't nobody doing nothing. But you mean to tell me with as horrible as these players are, if we were to have, say, Dawn Staley, I think that's how you pronounce it, if we were to have her take over as head coach for the Chicago Sky in, let's say, in 1 month, 2 months, you mean to tell me that we would see no change? Spoon is the problem, and I hate to even say this. You know, like I'm coming for a black woman, but it's like, look, do we want to win or do we not? Okay, because again, tonight's game was embarrassing and infuriating. It didn't have to go that way. We blew a 13-point lead in the first quarter, and for what? Because Spoon want to be a goofy ass and put Dana and Diamond out on the court, and for what? Dana and Diamond already know they on thin ice. They know that they ain't gonna have no job. Okay, Izzy is also next. If you ask me, Izzy needs to go. Coach Spoon, Teresa Weatherspoon, and Tamara Young, yes, aka the assistant coach, Ty Young, they have proven themselves to not be quality leaders, okay? Again, women's college basketball teams could easily be the Chicago Sky. Look at the Gamecocks, the college women's basketball that for the University of South Carolina that Dawn Staley is the head coach for. Imagine the Gamecocks versus the Chicago Sky. Who do you think really would win? Be honest. Again, it's a coaching issue. The nerve of this woman to say that she's been watching film all throughout the break to see but to see where our weaknesses are, but you still keep making the same mistakes. Like, what have you learned? What are you teaching these girls? Now I want to see some film. I want to see some exercises. Guys, look at the Gamecocks official Instagram account on Instagram. Look at the exercises Dawn Staley got them girls doing. She does not play. Okay, according to Angel Reese, the practices in the W is like a breeze. Like, they're not even putting in no work. The exercises, the conditionings, the trainings, it's like for children, pretty much. It was Barbie night. Shaquille O'Neal in the crowd. And it's like, it's just embarrassing. It was so many celebrities and stars trying to show up and show out to support our Chicago Skyscrapers. And Spoon did not lead this team the way it needed to be led. And we've suffered for it. Not only with this, it's not like even like it was like a 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 5 point ball game. We got blown out damn near 20 points. Caitlin Clark hit a career high. Again, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, I put in Dantas and Alyssa Smith. Those are the Splash sisters of the Indiana Fever. Them Fever girls, Lexi Hall, they did not come to play. But Spoon want to be a goofy ass. I don't understand all the hate that Chrissy Sides gets as a coach. Because again, like if you look at how the Indiana Fever girls, how they started off in the season, look how they playing now. They literally, it's called the Fever Rising. They literally went from like what, 9th, 10th seed, 8th seed. They're in the 7th seed now position. They like beating like major teams. And it's not going to get easier for us here on out as Chicago Skyscrapers. I believe we got matches coming up with Minnesota Lynx. They done whooped everybody. We're coming up again with New York Liberty. Of course, they're the number one in the power rankings. And I believe we also have another game coming up with the I think we might match up again with Connecticut Sun. I think sometime next month. It's like it's not about to get easier for us. Okay, so Spoon, what are you going to do? Okay, get on your Zoom, Spoon. Okay, Kamala Harris, what are the policies needed to be put in place for Spoon to either get her ish together or for her ass to be fired? Chicago Sky has a coaching problem. I'm still so upset that Kennedy Carter not decided, again, like, I believe she's legitimately sick, okay? Yeah, she's sick. But I don't know, it's like with games like this, like, Kennedy Carter could have at least cut the freaking blowout, 19 points, down to, say, like, maybe between 4 to 8 points, if that. Maybe we could have won with Kennedy Carter. Like, Kennedy Carter needs to quit playing. She could have popped a Percocet and some Robitussin and then came on and played tonight. This game is embarrassing. The Chicago Sky is embarrassing, and they wonder why they can't keep and attract like talent. It's so many talented women. They know the BS that's going on. This is before Weatherspoon was the head coach, okay? But look at how the organization is ran. Just no strategy. I'm about to watch the after game press conference. And I want to do a video on that because I really need Teresa Weatherspoon to explain herself, her and Tamara Young, because y'all are the captains of this ship. Look at your soldiers. Look at your sailors. You are the reason for this. Y'all are responsible and you will be held accountable. Again, Coach Spoon needs to pay for her crimes, okay? This shit is embarrassing and a crying shame. She should be ashamed of herself. She always putting up these Mickey Mouse clubhouse type plays, and these little, like, it's not working. Again, y'all tell me in the comments, if Dawn Staley was to take over as head coach for the Chicago Sky for any amount of times, would they still be playing as bad as they is? I believe Dawn Staley has the power, okay, to actually make Dana, Diamond, and even Izzy great. That's how great of a coach and leader she is. Spoon ain't got it in her, and she needs to go.